Hi, I'm Peter Blakeway, and welcome to Growing Dinner. I'm a chef, a food writer, and a television presenter. And I can't help but sitting here in my garden think about when we were all young. And do you remember going picking blackberries with your grandmother? And going back to her kitchen and watching her make jam that would bring that wonderful goodness for the rest of the year. Or your grandfather pulling the fresh vegetables straight from the garden, dropping them in the sink, and the soft dirt still clinging to the outside. Those days have kind of gone. We've changed the way we live. We've changed the way that we look at our food. Growing Dinner is all about going back to how our food should be. We want to turn this garden into an edible wonderland. My family and I moved into this city centre house a few months ago, and imagine our surprise. I'm a cook. My family are used to eating, everything that I do. Imagine our surprise when we get here and there's almost nothing edible. One little lemon tree with a solitary lemon, and a fig tree that's desperately trying to survive. Apart from that, we're talking about grass and sort of spiky green things. But not an edible wonderland, not that gorgeousness that we can plunder for the kitchen. Growing Dinner is all about turning this garden into something truly outstanding, to change the way we look at our garden from the green and nondescript to something that is beautiful, that is that extra room that we look for in our home. But more than anything else, we're going to do that on a single solitary section, a standard Kiwi section in the middle of a city. You can probably hear the sound of children next door, and my neighbours will inevitably be peeking over the fence to see what it is we're up to. We want to build something that is extraordinary. On the back of the house, build an outdoor kitchen so that we can show you exactly what it is that you can do with the food that you can grow. But more than that, we want to showcase that absolutely up-to-the-minute design that is available to you in gardens. We want to create something here that, as I said before, is truly extraordinary. Imagine, instead of a fence, vertical gardens. Maybe you don't have as much space. Maybe the vertical garden will work for you. What about irrigation? How are we going to keep all of our wonderful food irrigated? Well, maybe roof water, maybe grey water. But through the show, we'll find the answer. It will be so easy to use a ready-made television set to produce this, but none of us live in television sets. We live in homes, and homes, they grow with us and they develop. And sometimes there's areas of a home that you have no idea what to do with. Little corridors, little dark spaces, little damp spaces. Growing Dinner, we'll find out what we can do. We'll bring in the experts. We'll look at every opportunity that we can to grow our food, to cook our food. And then, the most important thing of all, to share our food. And if you come with me around the front of the house, I want to show you an idea for sharing that we dream will be taken up around the country. So what's different about Growing Dinner? We've all seen gardening shows, we've all seen cooking shows. But when was the last time you saw a cooking show and gardening show that was real to a family? This is our home. We haven't borrowed it. It's where myself and my family live. And we want to take it one stage further. We want to have some real fun, and we want to create a giveaway garden. Sounds like a crazy idea. Imagine this here as a terrace of giveaway garden. Anyone can walk up from the pavement, help themselves to a taste, a flavour, a piece of the season they've never had before. But more importantly, people can see how easy it is. They can be challenged to have a go themselves. We live in a world where design is so important, where architecture, and I'm resisting the urge to use the word spiky things, but when you look along every street in New Zealand, you'll see spiky plants that serve no purpose, that will just grow until they get too big, be chopped off and sent to green waste. We'll see trees that grow leaves, drop leaves, but serve no other purpose. In this modern world, wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to share in the bounty that's all around us? And this is what Growing Dinner is all about. We'll create our giveaway garden. We'll encourage others to create their giveaway garden. We'll challenge the health departments to create giveaway gardens at the hospitals. Imagine if in every town in New Zealand you could walk on an edible walkway. It's beyond belief. And it starts right here. How many homes in New Zealand look like this? We're a standard section. We're green in places, not so green in others. But you know what? This could be all edible flowers. Can you imagine how beautiful that would be? Edible flowers, herbs, ringed with thyme. The smells coming from that would be astonishing. Come with me into the kitchen, let's get some cooking done. As we go in, we'll walk past the grapevine that isn't there, that'll provide sunshade. As our gardeners, our visiting experts, our food heroes, come and enjoy the bounty of this garden. Food's all about fun. Food's all about family. Food's all about friends. And for me, making someone a meal is the best way you can welcome someone to your home. Because that's what it is. It's your home. It's your space. And bringing people in and feeding them, it's the best sign of love, of affection. So treating that food with love and affection is one of the joys. From a friend, we've got some fantastic lamb racks. And I just want to very quickly sear one off. I'm saying me, actually my younger son is going to sear it off. But first things first, we'll just ease off the silver skin. You won't get it all, but try and get some, just to stop it being a little bit chewy and stop it curling up in the pan. So, if you have a really good butcher or a really good friend that can do this, get it done for you. Take that bit. Now you can see I'm deliberately leaving this line. I can pull it right off, but then of course I'd lose this little mini fillet. And you know what? We want to preserve as much of the food as we can. Now, before we pan sear this off, it could be going on the barbecue, it could be going in the outside kitchen. But little touch of oil, not too much. We're oiling the meat, we're not oiling the pan. And you'll notice we're not seasoning the meat just yet. The seasoning can wait until it's nearly cooked. Now, young sir, straighten the pan. Choose the direction you want the lines to go on. That's it. So you're doing the back first.
So how long do I leave it for?
Leave it for about a minute on the back. And then what we'll do is we'll turn it over, but we'll turn it over so that the lines go diagonally. Yeah? Does that make sense? Okay. So, pick it up underneath the bones and just flick it over straight. Now that the back of the meat has already been in the pan and has taken the heat, what we'll do is just season the back, and in a wee moment we'll season the front. Go and grab a tracer. That'll That'll do. Flip it over and see what you think. That's it. You like the colour?
Yes.
Do you want it going the other way as well? It's up to you. You happy with that?
Yes.
Okay, onto the tray. Perfect. A little bit more seasoning. And straight in the oven. So we've seen our home, that standard Kiwi quarter-acre section in the centre of the city. And we've been to the farmer's market, where I get my food at the moment. Now we're in the garden centre, where my food will come from in the future. We've walked straight past all of the spiky designer things that seem to be everywhere at the moment, and we're straight into the edible area. This will be our food. We just need to plant and learn how we're going to make that happen. I feel like a kid in a sweetie shop. I'm a chef and I'm surrounded by food. This is what it's all about. What can we grow? What grows best? What will grow next to something else? What do I need to make it grow really well? What do I need to get the maximum harvest? So what do you plant? What do you plant when you're tight for space? What do you plant when we want fruit, we want nuts, we want herbs, we want spices, we want salad, we want vegetables. So what grows in that tight space? It's a quarter-acre section. It's what we all live on. It's in the centre of a city. How about these? Dwarf fruit trees. Now, what we want to find out is, does that mean I can plant more? I can have apricots, I can have peaches, I can have nectarines. That's all part of this show. We learn how we can turn our gardens, our section, into the edible wonderland.